Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, he's my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
You know, it's funny. We talked about what the lineup is for today, and none of it is holiday related. I just realized, given the fact that the Christmas is 3 weeks away.
I mean, that's 3 more episodes of this show.
Oh, okay.
At least 2.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I
mean, it's on a Tuesday. Christmas Eve is on a Wednesday, so it's not like we have to, unless you're traveling.
I'm not going anywhere. I can't afford to do anything.
Well, I mean, in other words, you're going to be, hanging out, staying with your family. I don't know what you're doing for the holidays.
Yeah, doing the family thing, man.
Yeah.
Hanging out with the friends and loved ones and doing all that sort of thing.
You did that part.
Well, I did. I've done the friends part, I guess. Yeah, we didn't do a show last week. I wasn't feeling it, Francis.
I have to explain it. It happens.
No, I like to be honest.
Sure.
Not that anybody's waiting for us to do this every week, but I didn't have the extra juice to attempt to be what I consider entertaining.
Hello, Ginger. Yeah, I get it. You're not the army, right? Can't be all that you can be.
I mean, I guess we all should strive for that, right? But yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. Whether this was entertaining or not, I didn't want to be unentertaining.
Sure. I mean, look, I have more power to the people who can. I don't know how they turn it off, right? Some people can just do it all the I'm amazed by the streamers who are relentless daily streamers. They're robots. I don't know how they're able to do it, because I feel man, how do you not want a day off? How do you not want not to show your face on camera for a day?
Sure.
Some streamers are just every day, just on here.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Maybe they have to make that cheddar.
It is their living. It is the way,
So.
The one I'm thinking of is a multimillionaire, so they just do it.
I mean, well, that person doesn't need to. They're just doing it just for fun then.
Yeah, they just do it.
I imagine if you start making money on the tubes or on Twitch or whatever, eventually everything becomes a job that you enjoy if you do it every day.
I guess. I have no idea. We've never had this as a job before.
No, I mean, we've gotten to pretend that it's our job for the weekend.
Yeah, it's anyway.
Yeah,
that's
but
all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, it's just it's the whole not going to work and just sitting at home doing this or playing video games every day. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird. One hand, it's it'd be great to just sit around and chit chat every day or do that and play games. But on the other hand, it's damn, it'd be nice to get out of the house.
Sure. No, of course. And I mean, not everyone is able to do that's why there's not very many people who successfully make Twitch, their scene, because they're not it's hard enough to do this once a week. Imagine having to do 3 of these a week just to make it again. I pointed it out, but it's not in a way to goad you into doing it or anything, or pressure you into doing this, but we're at least in number of followers, we're at whatever the step up is to make money, right, to get subscribers and stuff. We're at that level, but it requires work. It requires us to be here 3 days out of the week,
right,
for a few hours, right? Because the expectation is you have to be here X number of hours, X number of days a week, and I mean, if I wasn't doing this and super geeked up, I would probably do this. I would probably do it 3 times a week.
Sure.
because I wouldn't be tired. Like,
Right.
Like, I'm doing this, but it's not easy.
It isn't. It isn't. I mean, again, we didn't do a show last week. I imagine doing this. I got hiccups. Doing this every day. I mean, you just have a shit day. Like, I don't know if I can just turn that off and
Well,
go.
no, you make it part of the content. You just make it part of like the reason why people watch you.
Just by being real.
Yeah, like some people don't. Some people take the time off, but there's some who are just like who are on all the time, and then they allow themselves like a day or a month or whatever to like unwind and then come back into it again. It's taxing. It's not a hard job, but it is like emotionally taxing.
I can imagine. Yeah, especially when your life is built on likes and whatever.
Yeah, but
Engagement.
If you do it.
Yeah, if you can do it. What isn't a very easy job, though, Francis, is the people. Neither one of us are big sports guys. I mean, I watch hockey. That's my sport that I watch. And, I'm not so much of a nerd about hockey that I can throw out stats and shit like that, but I like to keep track of what's going on in the league and the players. Mostly of my team. The team that I watch. Hey, fucking drives me insane. Oh, my team. We lost today. Like, motherfucker, you don't play for that team. What's this we shit? Where was I going with all this? Oh, yeah. So, the NFL. They like to, as much as they can, be engaging to all ages. And in the years past, they have done games on Nickelodeon, which I'll get into why I think Nickelodeon had the better presentation, but I think Nickelodeon was better. But Disney, now that everything is owned by, ESPN was already owned by Disney, but now it's sucked up into the whole Disney app universe thing. They do these animated versions of an actual football game.
Okay.
A couple years ago, it was Toy Story. I think before that, I don't know what it was, but it was other Disney IPs of some sort. It's usually delayed a few minutes behind the actual game while they are able to produce whatever they got to produce. And they boasted that all the movements that the players are doing, the little animated characters are doing. But then you see plays that get botched and players that are just walking around aimlessly. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's cool. I don't know who the audience is for it necessarily. I mean, I watched it just because tech is cool, and I'd seen it, like I said, a couple years ago. It was cool to see the technology evolve over a couple of years, but it still had some of the same clunkiness, and I'm imagining non-accuracy of some of the things. There was a play that happened in the actual game where like 2 fumbles happened in one play. Like possession changed 3 times in one play, I think. And in the animated, the Monsters Inc. version, the ball just was laying on the ground and players were just nowhere near the ball. I didn't know it happened until I started scrolling around on the internet. I'm like, oh, when did this happen? Was this in a game prior to this one? No, this is... Yeah, okay. So the technology, isn't quite there. My phone is getting blown up. I apologize. But...
What's popular? I
well,
get it. When you're as popular, when you're as popular as you are, to not get the ring, to not get the notification, that's something wrong has happened. You're not getting notifications.
I won't get into that. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. So I mean, I don't know who the audience is for, but it's definitely geared towards kids. There was a total 6-7 moment that happened in animated form with the hand gesture and everything. The commentators had a lot of fun, whoever they were. more laid back kind of presentation. But one of the commentators did say that one of the two quarterbacks was having the worst game of his career, and I don't know if that would actually fly on the actual NFL broadcast or not. But
I don't see why not.
I mean, it might. It's just that. This is wow. And then that team ended up winning the game. But Nickelodeon, when they had 2 or 3 games, instead of doing an animated version of the game, they showed the actual game but just superimposed Nickelodeon on top of the game. So like fucking SpongeBob and Patrick were on the sideline interviewing somebody, or if somebody missed a field goal, there were 2 slime cannons on either side of the end zone that would cannon out some slime, superimposed slime, on the TV screen or whatever. That was a lot more fun to watch. That Nickelodeon, I'm too old for Nickelodeon, but it was a lot more fun. I don't like football, so it was a lot more fun to watch that version of it than it was this animated thing that was clunky and it's cool. I'm more interested in like how it was produced more than watching the game as a Toy Story or Monsters Inc. Two IPs I haven't seen either one of in 20 years.
I don't think there's anything new from them either, so I don't know why they were I don't know. That's weird. Oh no, Toy Story 5 is coming out in like a year or something like that.
Okay. Well, the Toy Story football was like 2 years ago.
Okay. Monsters Inc. I don't think anything is coming from that. I could be wrong. I'm not following any of that. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
So, like, what I'm saying is, like, the production part, to me, is interesting just because all the big plays that happen through the game, the 2 main characters from Monsters, Inc., the Cyclops and the John Goodman, their characters, respective characters, were the ones that made the big plays. Made the big sack, made the big tackle, made the interception, touchdown, whatever. So... to me, that's the interesting part of it.
Sure. I mean, like, I'm sure people were, much like you were watching it just for the technicality of it. Like, what else is? I mean, like you said, are kids interested? I don't know, but they keep doing it, so someone's watching.
And they definitely presented it like for kids. They broke down all kinds of stuff, terminology. That I learned things. Like, oh, is that what they mean when they say that in football? No, I don't fucking know.
I mean, yeah.
It's not my sport. It's not my thing.
I shouldn't say they're into sports, but like a lot of our parents force them into sports. So
let's keep them off the streets, Francis.
To watch Disney overlay sports, yay.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess the curious thing is if it is a kid, are they watching it by themselves or are they watching it with their parents? And if they're not watching it with their parents, does that mean the parents are watching it, or whoever's watching it, are they watching it in a separate room? And then they're like, here, kids, watch
the kids' version. Right. I don't know.
That's weird.
I would think it was kind of like be like more like a family event to myself, but
yeah,
like, hey, we could watch part of it on Disney, and then the other, then when Dad gets frustrated that he misses the big plays. Okay, it doesn't have to be Dad, but when Dad misses the big plays.
Oh, come on, like typically, right? Typically, it's Dad, or typically it's the guy. Yes, there are female football fans, but I'm sure male fans outnumber female fans in regards to these types of sports.
But yeah, as soon as Dad misses the big play, he's gonna turn off the animated version that's not 100% accurately portraying what's happening. Like, yeah, we watched it, son. Okay, now we're watching the actual game. Go in your room if you want to watch it. Watch it on your phone. It's probably more of the response. So yeah, I mean, it was cool, but you know, will I tune in for the next animated game? Probably not. You know, like I might turn it on for a second and be like, oh, okay, yep, still the same thing. Once I get better at it, I'll start watching it. And then write to the NFL and ask them to give Nickelodeon a game or two next season.
Okay.
But you know, I thought I might be able to have that kind of pull, Francis. You know, because they're part of the Paramount, right? Nickelodeon.
I don't know.
I think
actually don't know. I have no idea what Nickelodeon. I haven't seen Nickelodeon ever since. I think I used to watch Nick at Night.
That doesn't really count. I mean, it is Nickelodeon, but it's kind of a separate channel, kind of like Adult Swim to Cartoon Network.
It's when the kids are asleep and you start watching.
Yeah. But you know, I didn't tell you this, Francis.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
They are part of Paramount. Yeah.
They are. They're owned by Paramount Media Networks.
So you know, I didn't tell you this, but my last check from the employment place, you know, I put in a bid for the WB, and it was obviously it was rejected because you never even heard my name come up in the bidding war for the WB.
No article came up three-way race between Netflix,
Nope.
Paramount.
No. I nice, you know, 3-sentence, you know, bid offer.
Did you say 3-sentence?
Yeah, a little check.
Oh.
You know, $1,000 check.
That's what you're overpaying.
Well, I thought that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Then I can have all the WB to myself. I'd find the guy that did the voice for the frog. I'd bring the WB back.
Who did the voice I think that was just Fred Astaire, like a copy of Fred Astaire or something.
Maybe.
I don't think anyone voiced the frog. The frog was usually Fred.
No, we're gonna do it the WWWB. Like when it first.
That's right. When he was the mascot for like the kids stuff.
Yeah. And then, you know, in a couple years, I was hoping that another upstart would buy a channel and we can have a UPN WB revival.
Can I skip that part? I mean, look, I can say that because UPN had a lot of good stuff. So.
They did. That was where you got all your culture from. Because the WB didn't have any culture on it. It was just pretty white people.
No, well, that's where all the good cartoons came from, was the WB.
That is true.
That was Animaniacs and all that stuff. So.
Batman, Superman, Justice League.
That's right.
Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of hate going on for either company getting Warner Brothers.
I mean, it isn't affecting currently, but even in my wrestling bubble of life, AEW currently is on TNT and TBS, I think. Those are going to get, you know, and they're on HBO.
Oh,
so,
I don't know when Ginger said this, but Ginger said hockey's a great stress reliever. So
well, it is.
Ginger's with you on hockey.
But where's wrestling going to end up with all these companies buying each other? Where Netflix, kind of so if Netflix buys the WB, Netflix already has a deal with WWE for wrestling. So what happens to an already, you know, in contract deal with TNT, or I guess it's because they're part of the Warner Brothers Discovery part of stuff. So what happens to that? You know,
at some point, All I know is that at some point this has to end because
we're all going to go back to cable.
Yeah, it's cable again, essentially. Because I mean, Warner Brothers owns so much, right? Because they bought HBO, they bought all these other companies, right? So it's like, what's the point? It's going to be like two big companies that own everything.
It's like that anyway. It's just now it's being put out in the open. Disney owned 90% of the world anyhow.
Sort of. Like, Disney owned not as much as it does now. Like,
I'm saying when we were growing, even when we were growing up, Disney owned everything.
Sort of.
But I mean, ESPN, ABC, Hollywood Records, was it TriStar? No, who?
TriStar.
What fucking
or
movie?
Columbia, I think it might be. That's
some movie production they had.
Yeah.
That was under Disney. Buena Vista Television, Disney.
Well, yeah.
All it like Disney owned everything. ESPN, AB, like yeah. But you know, you never saw the mouse show up on ESPN until fucking it was on for Formula One.
Yeah. Surprisingly, though, WB, in comparison, I'm looking at what Disney owns versus what WB owns. WB owns more. Warner Brothers owns way more than Disney does. It's shocking how much, because like the list for Warner Brothers is, you know, they own Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, DC, New Line Cinema, TNT, TBS, like, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's like a ton of media that they own, like Warner Brothers. I don't know how they're like poor or why they need to be bought out if they own everything, right?
Right.
Like, Disney only owns half that. Well, you know, they just happen to everything they own that was big, right? Star Wars, Marvel, right? They just happen to own the big stuff, but it's not as much as like Warner Brothers. So this is crazy.
And I think Netflix said they want to get into because they don't have any way to distribute their high quality movies except for on Netflix. So now if they purchase all of this, now they have a way to put their high quality movies out on theaters, in theaters.
Oh, I was wrong. That's if Paramount owns Warner Brothers. But either way, yeah, I think if Paramount gets it, I think it's different. Then they'll own everything. But yeah, I think, and Netflix wants to do like a 3-week window for movies. What's the point? You just wait 3 weeks.
No.
Like, why go to the movies? Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's Warner Brothers versus Disney. Like, hope Warner Brothers makes it and owns half of all media, and then Disney owns half of all media, and then Bugs and Mickey have to do like a fight to the death. To see who owns everything.
Bugs, Daffy, Elmer, and the Animaniacs versus Goofy and Mickey and Donald and his nephews and.
Nephews, yeah.
And I've just run out of old school Disney characters.
Well, they have all of Winnie the Pooh. They have all of.
They do, but like, I never really considered Winnie the Pooh Disney though. It was just Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Well, because they didn't used to be owned by Disney, right? Because they used to be its own thing. So now Disney owns Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, so.
The whole Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. They own. Like they have they're versatile. They own a lot.
Like the standoff war in characters would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Somebody should draw that.
Yeah, because what's it called? Roger Rabbit is like open source or free domain.
It went back to its creator, the original writer. Man, Disney gave up on it. Gave up on the copyright.
Yeah, because they have Toontown at Disneyland. Oh, that's right.
Well,
Toontown is just freaking Roger Rabbit.
Well, that's probably not gonna last.
Well, they mixed in a bunch of it's
all the Roger Rabbit stuff's probably gonna get taken out.
Oh, easily. They already did construction on it a few years ago, 10 years ago or whatever. So I think they've been planning for this for a while. By Roger. The car's gone. Baby Huey's gonna be gone.
Oh, the car. I was like, what car? It's like, oh yeah, I remember the taxi. Yeah.
Looking taxi.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was a long time ago. I haven't watched Roger Rabbit in a long time. It's retro, Francis.
Great Bob Hoskins, man.
It is. And he's acting his ass off in that movie, too.
Yes.
But I mean, it's retro.
It is retro.
Makes you think back to the good old days, like the Oregon Trail. So we were, Francis and I wanted to talk about retro games. I didn't have any way. I was trying to feed you, and you weren't helping me out.
I wasn't sure what you were going with at first.
That
makes sense.
Last week when we got off we didn't do a podcast, but Francis and I BS for a little bit last week, and we started talking about old retro games and just being able to emulate different stuff. And I've spent a whole bunch of money on emulators over the years, and some of them I play the shit out of them, and they sit and collect dust. Because, you know, they don't work well, or, you know, whatever the case. And then Francis just throws out this website to me where I could just go back and play all these old retro games, old PC games, and some console games too, from the looks of things.
Yeah. Has a lot of
you know, just emulated over the web. And I got nostalgic. And there was the Oregon Trail. And my Oregon Trail skills are poor, because I didn't even make it past the Kansas River without flooding my whole thing.
Couldn't even get dysentery, huh?
I didn't even have a chance to get the dysentery. But then Francis and I started talking about just old PC games. Mm-hmm. And over a course of about a half hour, I described this game that I used to play.
Yes. I hope you linked it, because I already forgot the name of this game.
Oh, I saved everything. So I between Francis and I, and knowing how to use Google between the two of us, with just descriptions, we were able to find this old DOS game that I used to play, that my buddy, like, you know, brought over his 15 discs or whatever it was to load it into the computer so I can, or copy them so I could play them. And we were able to find it, and I played it, and I was like, well, I understand why I liked it. It's hard to play right now, but apparently the folks at Nintendo, or some publishing company who is handshaky with Nintendo, made a redo of this game. It's called Thexter. Stop burying the lead, I guess. It's called Thexter, and it's a game where you're a robot that transforms into some sort of a spaceship and you shoot shit. And to my brain in 1987, 88, whenever the hell my buddy Earl brought the game over to the house and I played it, I've always thought about it, but couldn't remember, you know, for the life of me what it was called. But like I said, through just knowing how to use Google, we were able to find. I saw a cover of box art. I went, wait a second, this looks promising. And then as soon as I found a picture, the screenshot, I was like, holy shit, we found it.
Yeah, it is pretty 1980, whatever.
It was 87, I think it was. But it was cool to then find, you know, between the two of us, we were able to introduce each other to new retro emulation websites. And it's cool, and it makes me irritated at the same time, because, you know, sitting on the shelf underneath my TV over here is like, I don't know, $100, $100+ worth of emulation shit that I could have just done for free.
Emulation isn't easy. That requires some know-how. Yeah. Not that you don't have the know-how, but it's like you have to, like.
Oh, I don't have the know. I mean, I know where to get the stuff, but as far as like to set up a Raspberry Pi with the Linux, I believe is what it runs. I don't know.
I need a Linux distro for it, maybe, probably. I'm not surprised. Linux is pretty much, that's what its whole purpose is to make weird things work.
Remember before we hit record and I was telling you about my friend that's, the real technical one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who I would be calling if I got a Raspberry Pi, but here.
Yeah.
Because I know during my friendship with this person, he actually did a Linux course. He knows about the fucking kernel. And
Yeah, luckily they made it easier for us, for the nerds who know what Linux is. They've made Linux distros easier to where it acts like Windows, thank God.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
but
I hated having to sudo everything. It's like, oh God.
But in the meantime, until I figure out, the Linux language, I'm going to enjoy these websites and the emulation boxes that I have to play these old things. I mean, we talked about, one of the most popular games in Japan is a train simulator.
Yeah, it's an arcade. I love it. I when I went to Japan, there was a guy who was just like running the subways for Japan in video game form.
In one of the emulation boxes I have has a train simulator, like a subway train public transit simulator. I've played it to the best I could. It's all in Japanese. So, it was like trial and error trying to figure out what the quote-unquote gas is, what the brake is, what the point of the... Luckily, games... use your words. Despite language barriers, video games, for the most part, are fairly obvious as to what you have to do. If the game is some sort of a driving thing, they're going to tell you where the goal is. Yes. Or, in some way, and they're going to point to it, or it's going to flash green or highlight it in some way in a map. Okay, whatever I got to do, I got to end up there.
Yeah.
So, not knowing hiragana or katakana, I don't know what it's written in. I was able to play a couple levels of this train thing. Okay, I wish I knew what was the point of this game was besides just going from stop to stop, or if that is all of the game. But I would like to know. There's a lot to read here. I'd like to know what's going on.
A lot of those weird vehicle simulators, except for flight. Flight seems to be the most complicated. But the ones where it's on a track, like the train ones or the bus ones or the anything that's more or less on rails, sort of. I never understood. But you're right. Video games used to not have. It had an instruction manual. You didn't need it. The first Super Mario Brothers, you knew, hey, you're this guy. You jump on things. You hit things. Nothing tells you that on screen. Nothing tells you that unless you read the manual. Nothing really tells you that on screen. If you just pick up a little tiny, which I forget how small they are.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're small. A little Nintendo controller, one that makes you jump, one that makes you run. You don't have to think about it. Just run and jump, and that's it. From left to right, that's all you have to do.
First time I played Super Mario was on an arcade, on a timed arcade.
Oh yeah.
It was Duck Hunt, Super Mario, and I think that was it. Maybe there's a third one?
No, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was probably there.
But, who cared about Donkey Kong and Duck Hunt? And once you play Duck Hunt once, it's like, okay, dog laughing at me, fuck you, I'm done. That is the other game we should look up. There was an arcade game I used to play where it was like you held almost like it felt like to me as a kid, a full-size rifle, and you shot clay pigeons, but it was projected out in front of you. Not like a hologram, but...
There's a Duck Hunt version of that. I know Duck Hunt, there's a Nintendo version of the game where you have to hit clay pigeons, but I don't think it's the same game.
No, this was a big arcade, huge cabinet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's
going to be
you
another...
want that for your...
Dude, that would be an awesome conversation piece.
So, it could be one of two things. In 1979, there was a game called, apparently it's an arcade game called Clay Shoot, but it was in black and white.
Okay, stand by and let me look at it. This is riveting. And you know,
We'll keep talking. I'll talk while you do that. I mean, light games like this have been very common. I love that it was a thing that people were into. Like, oh, I'm gonna play a game where you shoot a light gun at a screen, and somehow the screen knows where your gun is shooting. That's always been, to me, like, super interesting. There's another one called Shoot Away, where you have to shoot light guns at clay pigeons.
Shoot Away. Shoot Away. Shoot Away. Yep.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So you can now play Shoot Away, which is a 1977 light gun shooter game, which shocks me that it's that old. It looks
Fairly.
It came out in '78 in the U.S. It
but
looks
still,
modern.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's got like a reverse projection screen, I believe is what that was. Because I mean, it would have to be that big. Maybe it's a front projection actually. Because so when you look, if you were to look up Shoot Away on the internet, it's 3 pieces: the screen, a centerpiece, and then the coin collector holster where the rifles go.
Right.
Now that I'm looking at it, I bet you it's front projection, and that's that box in the middle is the projector, like an old front projector TV. But to have one of I would love to have one of those. That'd be sweet.
I would not be surprised if this existed. I never looked for it, so I don't know. But there's a pinball museum in Las Vegas that has pinball machines from like the 50s and whatever, like really old pinball machines and old arcade games. I wouldn't be surprised if this ever graced that place. I never looked for it, so I don't know.
Sure.
But I'm looking at the way. So the thing you're shooting at is like, okay, it's a screen in the back, but the foreground is like fake trees and wood, and a lake.
It's a wood, I would say. Yeah.
And the back is like a screen where the clay pigeons shoot outward, and you have to shoot it with this gun. It's pretty, and it's Namco, which I guess Namco made everything back then.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. That's awesome. Okay, yeah. I would look for it. I'm sure there's a version of it somewhere. I'm sure you can play Shoot Away somewhere.
It's I mean, now that I remember what the name of the game's called, now it's like, okay, now we're going to eBay.
God.
Not that I have the money, or more importantly, or arguably, the room in which to put this gigantic monstrosity any place. I would need a whole townhouse with a basement just to put that someplace where it's out of the way.
I don't see it on sale anywhere. That's the sad part. I don't see anywhere you can buy. Oh, sadness. It's the Pro version, which I think is an updated version of Shoot Away. But you can get Shoot Away Pro for $1,700.
Nah, it's not the same. It's not the same retro feel.
It's the modern take on the classic machine Shoot Away first release in 1996. So it's a modern version of it.
I mean,
ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, no, we want the original.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what it was about that game, but every time I saw it at an arcade, which the ones that we went to at the time was Showbiz. Do you remember? Yeah, Showbiz. Showbiz was national, wasn't it?
I didn't have Showbiz.
Okay.
My arcade was Tilt.
Tilt's that old?
I mean, Tilt. I mean, it was there not in the 80s. No, it was there in the 80s.
So that's what I'm saying. We used to go to Showbiz when I was like a child, in the 80s. And I remember seeing it there, playing it there, and remembering how heavy the rifle was. Where I almost had to like set it on the coin collector part just because I couldn't hold it. Other arcades had it later, but I specifically remember it as a kid. For sure.
The oldest one I knew of and I'm trying to find the name of it because it was called the Showboat because it was a literal boat in a lake that had the.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a big old boat on a little man-made lake. It was called Showboat. It was the Showboat Arcade. The Showboat. It was just called the Showboat, and it had that was the arcade I went to in the 80s, in the late 80s. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, it was Malibu Entertainment was the owner of Showboat. Okay. That's fun. Showboat. Is that? Had a Grand Prix too. It had like a little racing track.
That's awesome.
Of the boat. So good.
There was a go-kart track in the kind of almost downtown. It was called Malibu Raceway. And it was just kind of
Malibu, yeah.
Okay, so it was just weird that it was it's kind of like an industrial park section of Denver. You would drive by on the freeway and be like, oh, look at that, there it is. Now they have, the fuck is it called? Boondocks, I think is they have a go-kart track in the back. It's an arcade, like a adventure type park with a go-kart track. But they also, there's I think it's K1 Speed.
Yeah, K1. Yeah, that's everywhere. Yeah.
I think they have a couple spots here, and then there's an outdoor go-kart track at the end of the community. That's not the right word. Municipal airport.
Sure.
Like where Learjet, business craft and shit fly out of.
Business craft.
Oh, yeah. I'm not an airplane aficionado. I don't know what the fuck the lingo is. But it's weird because it's like right at the end of a runway. Like it's not next to a runway, but it's like here's the go-kart track, and then a few, quarter, half a mile, eighth of a mile, there's the beginning of the runway. And I don't know how often it's used, but I've actually seen this track on TV back when, we had cable back in the day. But there was a birthday party that I wanted to go to a go-kart track, and did some research, and invited a whole bunch of people, and then we got there, and they said they weren't going to be able to get us in for like another 3 hours, and we'd already been there for like an hour and a half.
Ew, yuck.
Like, what the fuck? I left so mad. I didn't even care what we went and did next. We ended up going to dinner, which was fun.
Oh, good. You should do it to dinner, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, but I was so disappointed because that's what I wanted to do for my birthday, was go to the go-kart track.
Aw.
And I haven't even been since. But straight away from what I was going to bring up, but we just sitting there talking about all this video game stuff, and I remember our parents telling us, it's going to rot your brain, and it's no good.
And they were right.
And, and maybe in some respects, but there's video game characters in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes.
And it isn't for having the best ragdoll physics in video games, which it should get the award for every year. I haven't played a Tomb Raider game in 20 years, but that was my favorite part of the original Tomb Raider, was throwing Lara Croft off every cliff in that game that I could find, and just watching the ragdoll take effect.
So I am learning and relearning, because I actually knew this existed, but the Guinness World Records has a specific gamers edition of their book. So I'm guessing they have like the generic one that has, longest beard.
The generic one.
Yeah.
Like the original.
Yeah, essentially the original, yeah. I mean, I used to read that book, right? Like, I used to actually.
Oh, my brother got it every year for Christmas. I met the lady with the longest fingernails.
Gross.
I didn't shake her hand. I looked at her from, I was like, oh, hey, you're so-and-so from the book. I seen you in the book.
But I guess in this particular one, the 2026 edition, Lara Croft of Tomb Raider, made it as so she won 2. Right? So she won best-selling video game heroine. Which makes sense.
Okay.
She had because she has a million games.
Yeah, no, I'm just. I mean, it's a weird way of saying 1 million copies sold, but okay, go on.
Well, they don't give like was it?
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like, boil it down, 1 million copies of the game got sold.
He said, well, true. But I think it's 1 million copies of a game got sold. That's just about her.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yes. Okay, I'm trying to be devil's advocate here.
Her other one, which I'm like about, but I mean, sure, fine. Most magazine covers for a video game character.
Well, that's easy because a lot of video game guys are fucking nerdies.
How dare you?
How dare I? That's all people talked about when the first game came out was, oh my gosh, he's animated so well.
I mean, I remember being very impressed when I think it was Tomb Raider 3, when you climb onto something. So she hangs on ledges, right? And so when you climb up the ledge, you just pull yourself up, or you could do the slow pull up, where she like pulls herself up, puts herself in a handstand, and then slowly puts her feet down.
Yeah, the old style.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that to me, I was like, that's impressive. Like, I've never seen a video game that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying just in movement and detail. I'm saying that people were like lusting over a digital, set of polygons.
True. I mean, she was the first kind of, even though they were triangular, she was the first video game character to have like prominent boobs.
And I would also say probably the one that people, first started to cosplay when that started to become really popular. Lara Croft was an easy go-to. There's also G4, I think, had several Lara Croft, like model searches. The magazines had a whole bunch. Who makes Tomb Raider?
Oh God, I don't know. Sony, I think, does. Sony, I think.
I mean, the house, they publish it. Who's the house that makes it though?
Let's see, because I don't remember. Tomb Raider video game series. It is Eidos.
Eidos.
Oh, Crystal Dynamics. Eidos
Started.
There's a lot of different ones.
Yeah, I think Crystal Dynamics started first.
Yes.
Yeah. Who probably got sucked into Eidos. I don't know how you say that.
Which I think. Oh, and then Square Enix. Okay.
Well, again,
so yes.
Publisher though.
Well, no, owned. Square Enix owns it now.
Oh shit. Okay. Well.
But then, oh no, they don't own them now. But then then Eidos owns them. Okay, so Square Enix owned them for a little while, and then Eidos ended up owning them in 2022.
Okay. Yeah. I think Crystal Dynamics, when it first came out, had different ladies play Lara Croft in, I don't want to say play, model for different magazine shoots and whatnot. And here's some of the, kind of looks like Laura.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, like, I know that thanks to Angelina Jolie, and like she helped popularize it because she was hot when she was Lara Croft, even though the movies weren't that great. Like, but she was considered like a big actress when she got to play as Lara Croft. They did reboots of the game. Get it. Tomb Raider or Lara Croft is like a name that's like you could probably ask a random, normal like non-gamer, do you know who the Tomb Raider is? I'm sure they have an idea of who the Tomb Raider is.
Yeah, if not the name, a description.
Yeah, versus like, oh, who's Metal Gear Solid, or who's the hero in that game? Like, oh, what's Solid Snake? Is that when you have an erection?
Damn it! That's when you take Viagra. Turn into a Solid Snake.
What are these things? Yeah.
I need you to tune in to frequency 134.35. I've never played that game, I swear.
there's nothing ashamed for if you did, right? Like,
No, I'm just.
name card on that one.
I'm just saying. It was actually pretty funny when Metal Gear Solid came out. I imported it, and again, game all in Japanese. Well, 80% in Japanese. All the important shit was in Japanese. Where was I going with all this Metal Gear? Oh shit.
You imported it.
Imported. Yeah, fuck.
You knew who Solid Snake was.
Solid, yeah.
You did the frequencies.
Oh yes, frequency. So, not knowing Japanese, they're telling you to go to a certain frequency, but I was missing it because story. Right? And I don't understand it verbally, and I can't read it, so I'm skipping a lot of stuff. And then I realized that I had no idea what frequency to go to. On the back of the box, there's a picture of what frequency you should go to. And one of the little screenshots on the back of the box. I was like, oh, thank God for screenshots on the back of the box. The Japanese version was easier, actually. Despite not knowing what the story was or what the conversations were. Like the whole fight with Psycho Sid or Psycho Mantis where it reads your fucking memory card and all that. I had no idea what was going on. No clue. I had to ask people that also imported the game, ask a friend of mine that actually could speak and read Japanese. Like, can you please tell me what's going on? Yeah, but not that it's any better. If I were to import something today, I still wouldn't. I'd be in the same boat. I'm no closer to understanding the language than I was 20 years ago when I was importing games. Also, we don't have a system to do that with anymore. Bastards.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, right.
Which is why I have all this emulation stuff.
I was going to say, you could always emulate it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I don't want to talk about that, and Lara Croft, retro stuff. Yeah, look at this. We hit all the bullet points.
Let me hit a couple bullet points.
Yeah, please do.
So I decided I was going to finally make, because we had talked about this several times, at least offline. I don't know if we talked about it on here, but I was talking about how I want to have chili with cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
So I was about to get your Silverado. I think it was called Silverado? Chili. Then I saw this can. It called to me. I'm like, I should probably get this can of chili.
Okay.
Because I didn't know it existed, because I don't buy chili. I don't normally buy
I mean, the average, red-blooded American isn't going to buy a can of chili.
No, they make it. They make
yeah,
chili.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to make my chili.
Fair.
Buy a can of chili. So I bought a can of chili. And it is
Wendy's chili.
Wendy's chili.
Is it?
I had
is
no idea.
Have you ever had Wendy's chili?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So you have a base.
I have a base. Doesn't taste like this. This does not taste like Wendy's chili because it doesn't have the leftover hamburger meat.
Okay.
Right? Like there's meat in here and beans, and not as much onion as this chili you get fresh, ding ding from Wendy's. But it was all right. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it.
Interesting.
It didn't have kick or anything. It had some flavor, but it didn't have any kick to it or anything. But I would recommend it if you just want like a simple chili to add to your cornbread. You get the Wendy's chili. I've been holding onto this can for 2 weeks.
Well, you could finally throw it away.
I finally throw this away, which I'm doing right now. But like I got myself Wendy's chili, which I didn't know existed. Oh, and even though we didn't mention it, or I actually ended up throwing away the bottle. I did not get another bottle of Mr. Pibb, which I wanted to talk about because we were talking about Mr. Pibb or Mr. Pibb or was it Dr. Pepper going away and Mr. Pibb?
So Dr. Pepper is leaving all fountain machines and being replaced by Pibb or Pibb Extra.
Right. So I had no idea that Mr. Pibb. Sorry, you just paused. I had no idea Mr. Pibb was like supposed to be. Again, I didn't find any other flavor, so I'm assuming it's supposed to be cherry, which is excuse me, the flavor that was on the bottle, like extreme cherry flavor. It's like, I guess so. But I was completely under the impression that it was supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper, which I don't think Dr. Pepper is cherry-ish, but it's not like a Coke cherry or like a.
No, I mean, like, they don't make like Dr. Pepper Extreme where it's, mostly cherry Coke.
So I was a little disappointed, but finding these things like these rehashes, well, maybe not the Wendy's chili, but like the bring back the return of that of Mr. Pibb. There was that return of that one energy surge, made a comeback for a little while.
I'll be on board when Jolt comes back.
Jolt hasn't come back yet because I think it'll kill you if Jolt came back.
I mean, at this point, probably, because me and caffeine don't get along that well, but, 2 times the caffeine? Like,
I mean,
you know how you drink a Coca-Cola and your teeth are kind of gritty afterward? Man, a sip of Jolt, man, is like sandpaper on your teeth.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's see if we can buy it. Jolt Cola. Let's see if we can still get it. Because I know... Oh, it's freezing up. I know that Tab... So, I think we want to bring back Tab, too. I think Tab was something else.
Tab was... I mean, I can remember one time having a Tab. Man, I obviously don't remember the taste, but I don't... Being that I can only kind of remember one time, I'm going to say it probably wasn't my my soda of choice.
So, Jolt Cola does exist. I can buy it Jolt Cola exists. There's a Jolt Cola finder where you can find a Jolt Cola store that sells it.
Oh, interesting.
JoltCola.com. So if you're at all interested in getting another Jolt Cola, if you're at all interested in getting yourself
diabetes and a heart attack in a bottle of soda, hell yeah.
I love that they're advertising to gamers. Like that's their thing.
I mean, they were ahead of their time.
Gen Z. You don't even need to go to a store. Just get Amazon has it. Amazon has it for $30 for how many is this? $30 for an 12 pack. So you get a 12 pack of 16-ounce Jolt Colas.
Canned. Oh my god.
And a 16-ounce can. So you're gonna get. Well, I have the small 12-ounce Liquid Death. You have the 16-ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 12 of those.
Oh my god.
And it says, taste the legend. So you can taste 200 milligrams of caffeine. A cup of coffee is like 15 milligrams of caffeine, I think. Something like that. This is gonna have 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Okay, I'm looking up. So the original, oh, Jesus Christ. The original Jolt Cola had about 70 to 75 milligram of caffeine per 12-ounce can.
Oh, no, never mind. 95 milligrams of caffeine in a regular cup of coffee. So it's 2 cups of coffee, because this is for 8 fluid ounces. You're getting 16. So you're getting 2 cups of coffee's worth.
Okay. That's reasonable. That would be a sipper for me, but that's reasonable. Drinking 2 cups of coffee at IHOP is easy because it's mostly water.
True. So the name of the original so it's a flavor from a company called Redcon 1. So Redcon 1 brought back Jolt Cola. So it's not even like original Jolt Cola.
Okay, so it's just an IP at this point.
I guess so. It says powered by Redcon 1. They also have a Jolt root beer.
Well, now they're just fronting.
Jolt root beer, which has the 200 milligrams of caffeine. 12 pack again.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm not gonna get a 12 pack. I would get 1 can. I wouldn't get a 12-pack.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, depending on the expense, that's one of those things, like, I mean, not that I've ever been in that position, but, you know, you buy the 12-pack for one, and just leave it outside, you know, outside the store. Yeah, you'll do that with anything. The only thing that you see that with is wiper fluid, like window wiper fluid. People will fill up their washer fluid, and whatever's left, if there's like a third of the bottle left, people will just leave it at the gas station for somebody else to take. Fill up theirs.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's like I have a way to
it.
store that shit, so I just, you know, I have a couple bottles pretty much all the time, but.
Like, how often do you change your windshield wiper fluid? Like, really?
I mean, I use it a lot. My wiper fluid. I don't like a dirty windshield.
I get that, but that's when you just, like, you know, I guess. Yeah, okay, I guess. Sure. Just go through one of those drive-through car washes. I mean, it's more expensive, technically.
Yeah,
car wash versus just your windows.
Right. Well, I don't need to see out the fucking passenger window as much as I need to see out the front and back windows.
Sure, I guess that's true. I guess that's good.
See, there's this thing that happens in cold weather, Francis.
Oh, that's true.
You haven't experienced this. You might get some foggy windows.
Yeah.
Okay, but you, to my knowledge, haven't come out to 3 inches of snow and 1 inch underneath that of shit on your windshield that you have to brush and then scrape off. And then, you know, you get the defroster going on the inside of the car at the same time. When you have a window that's about 2 inches square, that's all you need to see to drive 30 miles to work.
I watch YouTubers who go into, like, the mountains with their makeshift van that's been turned into, like, a living space or whatever. Like, I like to see those types of videos because I'm always fascinated that they are able to convert their vehicle into something they can sleep in. And it's always during a winter storm, and they wake up in the morning and they look at their car, and it's just not even 3 inches, like 5 inches of snow right at the top, like a thick layer of snow right on the windshield. And I'm like, who wants to live like that? Apparently these guys do. But and they're like, oh, I hope. They always look at the camera like, I hope my engine can turn on. Oh, I hope I can turn the engine in this negative 12-degree weather or whatever it is.
Yeah, because, you know, what I like to do is set off on an adventure in the mountains and not have a brand new battery and up the maintenance on my vehicle and just hope that the 10 amps that are running to my battery will start my engine, please.
It's always like, oh, I hope, crossing my fingers, I hope I can turn my engine on.
I saw a funny video, it wasn't a funny video, but I laughed, of a guy that, like, goes around the Nevada desert area, and there's natural springs, water springs throughout, and there's fucking wild horses, or at least on some sort of land. And this guy goes around and unplugs plugged up springs.
I've seen something similar. I think
in a video that he was doing today, that I saw today, he's like, I don't own those horses nor the land that I'm on right now, but I want to make sure they have water. I'm like, well, then it doesn't really matter. What do you say? Oh, I don't take a GoFundMe. I don't do this. I fund my own thing, my own channel. So when you share this and like it, you know, the few bucks I make, I'm like, okay, so you are making some money.
Oh yeah. They can't do this off of the kindness of their heart.
Right.
They're making money off of, like the guy, there's a YouTuber too that does something similar where he goes to people's overgrown lawns and will, like, mow their lawn for free.
There is several channels of lawn mowing, and I have a friend that mows lawns on the side, you know, just to keep his steps up or whatever.
Yeah.
And what I notice on a lot of these lawn mowing videos, and you've seen a couple, so you might be able to attest.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of these guys, they edge first.
They do.
And then they mow. And I'm not saying one way is better or right, than the other. But to me, it makes a lot more sense to mow and then edge. Because then you can see what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
You can actually see the edge that you're attempting to cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to do the edging as a kid. Pops made me do the lawn mowing, but then when it came to the edging, nope. I didn't have the skills for that.
Yeah, because it's open. Like, in other words, it's just that
Spinning blade. Yeah, but I think, I don't think Pops trusted me to cut a straight line.
I don't necessarily find those entertaining, but I'm amazed at the number of people who watch. Like, there's power washing too. Like, people, I'll power wash your driveway for free.
Oh, sure.
Who's gonna watch that and then somebody watches it for like 20 minutes, or they're usually about an hour long. Like, who's sitting there for an hour watching sped up mowing or sped up power washing?
Especially the power washing ones, because you can only do like an inch square or inch circle like at a time. Like, nobody's come out with a good broad blade stream. I don't know what the jargon is for fucking power washing, but to me it would seem if you had a broader stream of water, you could take care of a lot more faster. But I haven't watched them, but I've seen that some of the guys that do the mowing also do power washing.
Yes, yeah. The guy that I watch does both. But I run into people who just do the mowing lawns, and the one that just does power washing, and I just don't understand how that's entertaining.
I will admit I've watched a couple lawn mowing things, but it's more extreme, like 4.5 feet tall grass, like, because seeing that kind of a transformation, kind of cool, and it's a lot more labor intensive.
Yeah, no, I get
watching a slightly overgrown lawn get trimmed isn't entertaining to me. I mean, good for you for making your money, though.
Yeah, you understand it. Like, it's nice to look at, and it's kind of fun to see the before and after. I actually get that, but I'm just really surprised how many channels there are that do those types of things.
Part of the benefits of the YouTube Premium that you'll get to experience, I guess, next year if you keep up with it. They do their own Spotify Wrapped, if you will.
Oh, I got mine.
Oh, okay.
I got mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it tracked premium only or if it just tracked period.
I think it tracks me now that I'm premium. It's tracking all of it when I wasn't premium.
Sure. So it gave me like my top 5 or whatever it was channels that I watch, the top 5 or so genres.
Yeah.
And it was weird to see that one of them was ASMR, and I'm like, but I don't watch ASMR videos, but it's counting some of those travel videos as ASMR. I'm like, okay, fair, I guess, in the sense of like, technically, I guess, yes, but I'm like, I'm not watching hot chicks talk into ear-shaped microphones for the stereospatial thing, or watching people cut vegetables with a macro microphone. That's a thing.
So it's called YouTube Recap.
Yeah.
And I forgot. I went to re-look at it because now I want to see what my recap was because I don't remember what it was.
I think if you go to your notifications, it's there.
Is it notifications?
I believe so.
Because I'm like, oh, that's right. Like, it's kind of fun to look at some of the stuff that you watched over the year. I was kind of embarrassed that I watched a lot of Beard Meets Food.
A lot of what?
I rewatched a lot of videos. Because I find it entertaining. Like, I just find it like great background noise, just him talking about him eating food.
Oh, sure.
So like, so I get a kick out of that. But yeah, I mean, I like this stuff. I kind of like these wrapped and these recalls and rematches or whatever the hell they're called. Like, I like this stuff. I think it's really cool to see how you are like how your habits are.
I just pulled mine up. It said top interests: military strategy videos. Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched.
Where'd you find it again?
It's in. Go to your profile. I thought it was under your. Yeah. Number one interest: military strategy videos. I guess. I mean, I do watch a lot of flight sim stuff that's military themed, but I guess sure. Exploring tiny apartments. I didn't realize I watched that many tiny apartment videos. Movie reactions. I fair. Learning about car repairs. Fair. I like to know what's going on. Space exploration. That makes sense. I watched 1,400 channels this year.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't that big. I think it was like, I think it was just like it wasn't that many. It was just a few. I cannot find this thing for some stupid reason.
Are you on the website or the app?
Oh, it's on the app.
I haven't seen it on the.
That's probably it. I was looking at the website and I know it was on the app, but sorry everyone. I need to see this because I need to know. I recap. So you're right. It's only on the freaking app. That's stupid. Sorry.
I watched. So my number one channel that I watched this year, I watched 1,500 videos that he's put out. Now, a lot of them might be repeats because I just put stuff on for background music, but top 0.4% of all of his viewers. I'm like a mega fan.
All right, so gaming news and reviews is my number one. Pokemon card collecting is my number 5. Smart phone technology is number 2. Anime and manga discussions number 3. Comedy show clips number 4. That's actually accurate. My number one channel, Beard Meets Food.
Beard?
Beard Meets Food. It's just a guy who has. He was the number one professional eater in the UK, and he made a channel 10 years ago that I just discovered this year, where he eats food.
Okay, it's kind of like the LA Beast. It's kind of like that. LA Beast does all kinds of dumb shit, but I'm surprised that didn't show up at all on my stuff that I watched. I watched a bunch of his videos, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't because I don't do the Spotify. I miss out on the Spotify Wrapped every year, and everybody loves when that pops up. So I was very excited when I get this notification from YouTube that says, "Hey, we do our own version of it. You want to check it out?" And I'm going, "Well, yeah." So I'll take that. I think what's the thing that we stream on? Twitch. Twitch did one too.
Oh, did it really? Oh, yeah, it did. It showed. It hasn't. I don't watch Twitch enough for it to have.
Yeah, mine too. So there's nothing here, but if you want the badge that says that you were here this year, you can have it. I'm like, oh, okay.
So what's your personality type? I didn't hear that. What was your personality type? Which is like the second to the last one, or the last one?
Stand by. Tags. Yeah, let's change it. Hang on. Oh, personality types. Those are the ones that just passed, I think. You showed many different sides. Okay, so tech savvy, strategic, curious.
I only have one word.
That.
Oh, I see. Personality.
Oh,
I see.
The sides of you: tech savvy, strategic, curious.
Because there's one after that where I'm just the connector. You're drawn to content that sparks conversation and builds community.
Oh, well, match up. Let's see which. Oh, okay. I got you. Hang on. The Wonder Seeker.
The Wonder Seeker. I like that.
You're drawn to awe-inspiring content that shows extraordinary skills. You've watched space exploration updates and watched movie reactions. I'm compatible with the Adventurer and the Sunshiner.
Ooh, I hate that part.
Whatever the fuck that is.
I'm probably gonna post it at some point, but I really enjoyed the.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Like I said, not getting to participate in all of those wrapped up things. I have one for when people really start posting their Spotify thing. I have a picture that it's gonna have my top 5 artists on it. So I'm waiting to pull the trigger on that one. Have a good night, Ginger.
Night.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, this is the time of year where we always kind of start looking back at things. So it's kind of cool that the companies that we spend money with and spend all our time on are nice enough to let us know that, hey, here's how you spent all our time with us this year.
I wish we were a little more focused, because there were a couple of shows that I watch on YouTube that did their favorite the things that they liked about favorite things of this year, right? Marquez Brownlee did his favorite smartphones of the year or best smartphones of the year. Sure, other shows the other podcasts haven't done it yet, but another one I listen to will probably do their top. They have different categories of the top things that they talk about. I wish we had something specific that we could talk about. What were our favorite? If we had kept track of all of our articles, what are our favorite articles that we talked about over the year?
What was our favorite funny thing we saw or whatever? Something like that.
I mean, that's why I write shit down, Francis.
You have it. Send the list. I want to see. I kind of want to talk about this is the favorite thing we talked about in 2025. This is the thing that I enjoyed the most about this thing in 2025.
Well, think about it.
I don't have a list. You have the list. I have to get it from you.
But I would have to send you every page of every podcast we did of the year.
I guess I'll have to. Well, I just go to the website, and I guess I'll just go to the YouTube page, and I'm sure it has.
I'm good. Yeah, there's descriptions of everything, and yeah. I don't know. Well, that's something to think about. We could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not something that we talked about here, just your favorite things of the year.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this week. I'm going to go have some Oreos and watch third period of some hockey.
Nice.
Yes. We'll be back next week, hopefully with some news where I won't be employment challenged anymore. I hope.
And maybe next week we'll do, because the week after that's the 23rd, and the week after that's the 30th. So I don't know if you want to do shows on those.
Yeah, we've talked about that, about maybe taking a 2-week break.
We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Yes. We'll be back. Francis, tell everybody where they can find you online.
Yeah, I did a holiday party recently for work, and somebody asked for my Linktree.
Did you Linktree them?
I did. I Linktree them. Linktree.com/aka the other guy for all of my books, award-winning and otherwise. I think they're all award-winning, actually.
They are.
I just happen to have a one award-winning story and one award-winning characters. So there you go. AKA the other guy on Linktree.com.
You can find me at Linktree.com/303 Ninja. Yeah.
303 Ninja.
The 303 Ninja. Yeah. I'll get used to it one day. I have a hard time with English still. But the only thing that I don't have on there is the phone number to this thing, which I have all the time in the world to add. But you can call, voicemail, text us at 314-764-7631. Spells out POI Pod 1. I was thinking when I got the number. A little bit anyway.
You haven't said it in a while.
What, synergy?
Synergy.
Yeah. I still don't know what it means. But, I attempted to, figure out what it meant. It had something to do with naming everything the same way. Which I failed at doing. But we'll be back. I'm going to go rest my voice and brain and prepare for fun interviews, I guess. Anyway, see you guys. I got nothing else to say. Bye.